Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what fear is. It's a companion we've carried with us since childhood. Fear of ghosts, insects, heights, or reptiles. These are the fears that haunt our days and nights. They creep into our minds, causing our hearts to race, our palms to sweat, and our thoughts to scatter. But let me ask you this. Do you know what fear is? The deepest, most primal fear that resides in every human heart. True fear, my friends, is not of heights, or spiders, or monsters hiding under the bed. True fear is the fear of death, the fear of losing your very existence. Think about it. The fears you feel in your everyday life, the ones that disturb your peace of mind, are but shadows, illusions of the mind, when compared to the overwhelming terror that comes with the thought of losing your own life. No matter how tired or disillusioned you may feel, no matter how fed up you may be with the world, that fear remains. Even those who claim to be tired of living, who feel life is no longer worth it, will always be afraid of death. It is in our very nature to cling to life, even when it feels unbearable. Why? Because deep down, we understand that death is the ultimate unknown, and we, as humans, fear the unknown more than anything else. However harsh life may seem, however much we may struggle, the uncertainty of what comes after death keeps us holding on. Even in our darkest moments, we choose life. But let me be clear. This doesn't mean immortality is a blessing. In fact, the idea of immortality is one of the greatest misunderstandings of all. Many people long for eternal life, imagining it as the ultimate escape from the suffering and limitations of the human experience. But what they fail to realize is that this longing is driven by something far less noble than the desire for wisdom or peace. It's driven by greed. Yes, greed, a part of our human nature that compels us to want what we do not have. We crave immortality not because it would bring us joy or fulfillment, but because it is something beyond our grasp. And when we cannot have something, we idealize it, turning it into the object of our deepest desires. But mark my words, immortality, if ever achieved, would be nothing short of a curse. Imagine a world where no one dies. What would life become? Without death to mark the passage of time, without the urgency to make the most of our moments, life would lose its meaning. It would become an endless, monotonous cycle, devoid of purpose or progress. And in such a world, I guarantee you, people would soon come to wish for death. They would long for the release that death provides, the finality that gives life its value. Isn't it ironic? We spend so much of our lives fearing death, yet if we were to escape it, we would find ourselves wishing for it. This paradox is at the core of the human experience. It's a contradiction that should make us question everything we think we know about life and death. We are terrified of death, yet it is the very thing that makes life precious. Without death, there is no urgency, no meaning, no beauty in the fleeting moments we so often take for granted. But even with this understanding, many of us remain paralyzed by our fear of the unknown. What comes after death? Is it darkness? Is it peace? Is there anything at all? This question, unanswered and perhaps unanswerable, haunts us all. It's what keeps us clinging to life, no matter how hard or painful it becomes. We endure because we fear what lies beyond, and that fear is a fundamental part of what makes us human. So, to those of you who feel burdened by the weight of life, who are tired and disillusioned, let me say this: endure. Keep moving forward, because the struggles you face now are nothing compared to the fear that would grip you in the face of death. In life, there is always hope. There is always the possibility of change, of growth, of better days ahead. But once we cross that threshold into death, there are no second chances, no turning back. Remember, we don't know what comes after death. That is the simple, undeniable truth. But what we do know is that life, for all its challenges and hardships, is a gift, a fragile, fleeting gift that we must treasure while we have it. It is life that gives us the opportunity to love, to laugh, to grow, and to make a difference. It is life that allows us to leave our mark on the world, however small that mark may be. And so, I ask you to embrace life. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. Embrace the moments, both good and bad, because they are what make you human. Embrace the struggles, because they are what make you stronger. And most of all, embrace the unknown, because it is the unknown that keeps us moving forward, that keeps us striving for something better. In the end, it is not fear that defines us, but the way we choose to live in spite of it. Choose life, choose hope, and choose to make the most of the time you have, because it is the most precious thing you will ever possess. Thank you.